What's up, everybody? I'm still using it, Wonderboy. I'm still using it. Welcome to the Funk It Pod, the only MMA podcast in the world not sponsored by Manscaped. And also not by Blue Chew. Welcome to another episode of the MMA Monday, and it's been again exciting weekend of fights. It were some really good fights out there the past few days. So let's just again jump right into it, a recap, preview what's happening, and just also gossip a little bit here. So let's start with the review of UFC Vegas 27 it was, I believe. Rob Font versus Cody Garbrandt, and that was an ass whooping for Cody Garbrandt by the hands of Rob Font. Let me check the score: 48-47 and 50-42-45 twice. Yeah, that was a clear UD decision for Rob Font. Just had the better jab, better hands here. Garbrandt did land a few, of course. You can also see later in the press conference Rob Font's face being a bit swollen around the eyes, of course. So Garbrandt didn't just go down without a fight, but Rob Font clearly had the upper hand here and now continues his trajectory towards a title contendership, I believe. So he said he wouldn't mind, of course, fighting for a title, but he would also like to take the winner of Dillashaw versus Sandhagen. So yeah, let's see where this goes. He also said that he thinks that Aljamain Sterling is a harder puzzle to solve than Petr Yan. That might be true in terms of like what he's bringing to the table in terms of different skill sets, but the way Yan is actually putting it all together, even though he's not the most renowned wrestler, for example, I mean, he was beating Aljamain Sterling's ass in that fight, right? So, But well, let's see where Rob Font goes from here. The New England Cartel with a win again. So congratulations. Great fight, well deserved. Perfect performance here. Speaking of perfect performances, Carla Esparza, the OG in the women's division, one of the OGs, right, defeats Yan Xiaonan, sorry if I mispronounce it, via a second round TKO ground and pound, and that was just a very dominant performance by Carla Esparza, who was as happy as always in the post-fight interview, like, hey, all smiles with blood on her face and her shirt, like, hey, everything is awesome, I'd like to fight for the title next, if possible. Very polite, very happy, and I mean, who wouldn't want to see her fight for the title now? Great performance here, took her down, ground and pounded until the referee stopped it eventually at 2:58 of the second round. Yeah, great performance by Esparza. She was in a rut for a while, 1-2 years ago or so, I believe, right? But now she's putting it all together again. Awesome. So congratulations, Carla Esparza. I hope you get the title shot next time. That was really well done. It was fun to watch. Thank you for that. What was also fun to watch, because I'm an internet troll, was Edson Shahbazian getting his ass handed. I'm sorry, Edson Shahbazian. Shahbazian, obviously, against Jack Hermanson, and I picked Hermanson, by the way. By the way, all my picks were correct this time around. I should start betting money. So Shahbazian came out, had a striking advantage. Jack Hermanson looked a bit off in the striking. He later said also he felt off. He couldn't put it together. He felt like a beginner, but that's when he thought, well, striking doesn't work today. Let's just wrestle. And then he just took Shahbazian down and, just had dominant performances in the end. Actually, all the judges gave a 29-27 to him, which then means in return that he had a 10-8 round at the end. So it was very close to getting the finish. So yeah, smart adjustment by Hermanson, doing what, or abandoning what didn't work, then doing what worked better, wrestled him and then pounded him. So ground and pounded, just to be clear. So good job. Jack Hermanson had to do what he had to do, or did what he had to do. Now he's back in the picture. Edson Shahbazian, I know there's lots of tweets calling for him to change camps and so on. I don't know. I don't want to hate, but I mean, he's a bit stuck at this level where he is right now. It looks like it, but he's also still super young. I think 23 or so. So, I mean, there's no reason to rush anything. So, let's see what he does from here. Maybe he joins Kevin Holland on the way to Daniel Cormier. What else did we have? Well, one of the major announcements in the wake of UFC Vegas 27 was one of the best announcers in the game. Paul Felder announced his retirement from active competition. So he's not going to fight anymore. He said he was holding up the division for too long now. And he thought he felt the fire again after the short last-minute fight that he had last time around against I forgot against who, RDA, I believe, right? But he said he doesn't have that fire, burning desire anymore. He enjoys like being a family man, a father, and so on, way more, and being on commentary. So he's officially retiring now. So and all the tweets from everyone coming out, like no hate, no nothing. Not even Conor McGregor said anything negative, I believe. So it's all just love for Paul Felder. Everyone was saying, thanks, Paul Felder. You're the man, Paul Felder. Everything. So yeah, just best of luck, Paul Felder. Thanks for great fights. And now thanks for the great analysis on the commentary team. So yeah, we will still have him around, which is nice. So thanks for this. After the fallout of Cody Garbrandt's loss, Jake Paul, of course, Jake Paul had to say something, and he said, and I quote, "What's worse, Cody losing or him not being able to ride roller coasters due to height requirements?" And he has a space between the last word and a question mark. You're a freaking loser, Jake Paul. Seriously, can't even spell. It's annoying as fuck. Cody Garbrandt then retweeted it and just added, "roller coaster these nuts," and then just a nuts emoji. I so want to see Cody Garbrandt knocking out Jake Paul, even though there's like a meter, like 570,000 inches for the Americans, even though there's like a meter difference in height between them. I still want to see Cody Garbrandt just knocking the fuck out of Jake Paul. That would be amazing. Yeah, let's see where this goes. I mean, Cody Garbrandt didn't say much else after his loss, obviously, but let's see where this goes. We also had Bellator this week, Bellator 259, where Chris Cyborg put away Leslie Smith, their second encounter, I think 5 years after they first fought in UFC for Chris Cyborg's debut back then. I think catch weight was it 140, I believe. So now at 145, Chris Cyborg was dominating the fight, but Leslie Smith was hanging in there almost the whole 5 rounds, and close to the end, then eventually Chris Cyborg was able to put her away, but Leslie Smith showed lots of heart, determination, and so on. So, yeah, good on her for hanging in for so long, for making the fight for so long, but eventually Chris Cyborg's power was just too much. Cyborg then later on called out Kat Zingano. Yeah, that's a nice name, but I mean, it's 2021. Just saying. And the co-main, we saw Leandro Higo winning against Darren Caldwell. Was a split decision though. And yeah, well, split decision. In this case, it was actually split. So yeah, I think Higo, I don't know. Anything I say is like, you can say, yeah, you're right, or yeah, you're totally wrong. Come on, I saw the other way around. It's a split decision, and it's understandable that it's a split decision. So congratulations to Leandro Higo. Another fight we saw was Austin Vanderford, and Austin Vanderford won against Leon Edwards' brother. I'm sorry for announcing. I should say Mr. Van Sant versus Leon Edwards' brother. Austin Vanderford won just taking by takedowns. The thing is, he won, and maybe that gets him towards title content because now it's 10-0, so it sounds impressive. But I mean, it wasn't that impressive. Yes, slams, yes, but then you gotta do something, and he didn't do that much to impress, at least I think. But it was enough to get a victory, so who am I to complain about, right? So, all right, congratulations, Austin Vanderford. Let's see how long it takes for him to get a title shot now that he's 10-0. We then also had Hannah Guy versus Master Valerie Lureda, and it did not look very masterful, Miss Lureda. It did not at all, because Hannah Guy just took her down and just dominated her on the ground, and the tweet unfortunately is deleted now, but Valerie Lureda in the second round, in the break from the second round, her coach found like really strong words. He's like, stop those fancy, stupid spinning back fists. Don't get taken down. If she takes you down, get up right away and start boxing. You need to throw like 50 punches at least. And I'm really mad at her for trying to do like this fancy stuff. And she kept doing fancy stuff. And then Hannah Guy just like, yeah, sure, cool. Dude, try your fancy stuff. I'm going to take you down. And so Hannah Guy won 30-27, 29-28, 29-28. So first loss for Valerie Loreda. Oh. Yeah. I know she's got lots of huge following on social media also because she's apparently very pretty. I don't know, I'm always very annoyed by, I am Master Valerie Loreda. Okay, Master, be better. Be a better Master. Sorry, Valerie. Why don't you come on over? She's young, she's going to dust herself off, she's going to get better. Maybe it's just a humble pie that she needs right now, and then she's going to come back stronger. All right, that's for the review section of today. The preview section will be super short because there's not much to preview. There's no UFC event this coming weekend. Dana, what am I supposed to do? There's no Bellator event this coming week. Scott, what am I supposed to do? One championship. There is an event, but it's a pre-recorded event. They wanted to have the first ever all-female event called One Empower, live from Singapore. But because COVID hit again, and the cases are spiking apparently in Singapore, that's why they postponed it, even though no athlete has tested positive, but they postponed it, safety first, I guess. And instead they gonna air one full blast, which is a pre-recorded session that hasn't been streamed yet. So apparently One Championship has some pre-recorded events in their arsenal in case they need to pull out something. That's kind of smart, also kind of lame, because you have fights and no one knows about, and it's like, what? You just air it like weeks later? What is this? I'm not sure how I feel about this. The one fight that stands out from that card, the rest, to be honest, and I live here, and I think I spent lots of time with One Championship and looking into the roster and who fights and so on. I don't know anyone except the main event, which is Semapech Fairtex Muay Thai. It's a Muay Thai main event. Semapech Fairtex versus Kulabdam. Kulabdam, who just lost the last time around we saw him, but this is going to be this, but they already fought, so this should have been a fun fight that we are going to watch, I guess. Is it the right tense now? So that should have been a fun fight. It's going to be a fun fight because let's just act like as if it hasn't happened yet. They're both really good fighters, very active fighters, not too passive, not too much defense oriented, so more like forward pressure. I would assume, after having seen how Kulabdam lost last time that I've seen him, I would assume Semapech has the advantage here. But all my trainers, my Muay Thai coaches, they all love Kulabdam. So since they are the professionals, I would not be surprised if Kulabdam would get the victory. I'm picking against my coaches. I'm picking Semapech. All right, that's it already for this week's MMA Monday. Not that much happened. I mean, we could talk about Conor tweeting, but let's be honest. Let's talk more about this once actually his main event rolls around, I guess, against Dustin. Before this, we have to talk about Izzy, of course, next time around then. But I just read the news that apparently one of Izzy's teammates just died here, got assaulted in New Zealand. And so I'm not sure how this affects Izzy now, of course. So maybe are they going to postpone something again? I'm not sure. I don't know how close they were. But yeah, that's of course like condolences to the family and so on. That's not the fun note I wanted to end this on, but yeah, those are just some things that we should think about. If you want to have something fun to think about, do check out the latest episode of the Believe in Me podcast with Darren Till, because Darren Till was as hilarious as always. So it was fun. So if you want something fun, me, a podcast with like 500 listeners telling people to follow a podcast with like 5 million. Nice. Michael Bisping, if your follower count increases, it's because of me. You're welcome. All right, check this out. Until then, nothing much more to say. This time a bit shorter. I hope next time we can talk about more. We will preview all the events that are coming up, and there will be lots of events to preview, which should be exciting. We will review what happened at One Championship and probably also talk about a few McGregor tweets again because I'm ignoring them for this week. All right, that's it for now. So thanks again for joining, for watching, for listening. If you have any comments, want to discuss anything, think I'm completely wrong, I have no clue what I'm talking about, let me know on social media in the comments or via email, funkitpod@gmail.com. Until then, no more spinning back fists. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you then.